All right, here it is, brand new 2026, the Darton TriTech. Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery in our video studio with the man, Randy Kitts. Randy, great new bow here. We are excited to hear all about it.
I'm excited to tell you about it.
The new TriTech, this is the TriTech 35, tons of new technology. TriTech meaning there's three main pieces.
Correct. 3 technologies, 1 bow, unlimited possibilities.
I like that. So let's start back. Let's start actually with things that are the same to Darton or similar.
Yeah, so the things that are same on this bow compared to our sequel, ST2 or Square, we talk about that, are strings, cables, yokes, and axles. That's it.
That's it.
Everything else has either been revamped, I would say, made aesthetically more pleasing, or it's brand new for us.
Yeah, yeah. You still have your adjustment system for the limbs up here.
100%.
And that works, as we've seen. You
Yeah.
know, for you got to fix a right tear, drive the bolt in, move the cam to the right.
Right.
Fixes the problem. We still have the tuning or the timing system, but this looks a little different. What am I seeing that's different on there?
Yes, we just cleaned it up, made it look a little more sleek. We know that Archery is fit over function. The other one functioned real well. One thing we did find is that people kept trying to unloosen the safety screw that was in the top because, well, we're men. We don't read directions, right? And the directions say loosen the set screw here.
Yes.
But yeah, so we just cleaned that up. This is a steel rod now. It's got a post through it, so that's not going to come apart ever. So we cleaned that up and we put we laser engraved it. So now you can kind of see where you left it. You got an arrow on here, so you can kind of keep track. If you're twisting your cable, advancing your timing, slowing it down, or just putting your bow back in time in our timing marks,
right.
It just makes it easier and a lot cleaner.
So we're fixing timing and tuning. We're still going to fix some tuning yet, but timing and tuning, no bow press. And then we're coming down to the Tri and the TriTech. This I have not seen before. I've never seen anything like it before. Describe what it is and what it does.
Yeah, Darton's been 76 years. I think Darton's been innovating. The folks in the business have been around for a while. Know they've done so much with cams. So we're always looking for the next thing. And I'm excited about our new micro adjust roller guard because that's really what it is. This roller guard allows you to get the vane clearance you need. You're not stuck in one position, but you never have to take your cables off your bow, take your fence off your roller guard, whatever the case might be. It's literally done with an Allen wrench. And it's so simple, even I can do it. So you just stick this in here. This is a nut on the side of it. You just loosen this up right here, give yourself some turn so you can adjust it in or out, and you can adjust this out. Now we've got laser engraved marks on here. Don't go outside the mark. If you do, it's terrifying, so don't. But you won't get hurt.
You won't get hurt.
But don't do it anyways.
Right.
And so, yeah, you just take this right here if you want vane clearance. But the cool part about this is we're going to send it out in the center. And if you've got a right tear, all you have to do is move your roller guard towards the roller guard, towards your cables.
Towards your, same thing. Move
100%.
the cam to the right, fix a knot.
No
right.
different. And so most right-hand shooters have a left tear. They just do. That's typical. There are some that have right tear, but most have a left tear. You just move your roller guard to the left, and you can fix a left tear 1/4 inch to 3/8 like that. You tighten this back up here, and you're all set. Now, if you want to do walk back tuning, or say you want a bear shaft, and I'm not a bear shaft guy, but I get the principle of it, and you want to bear shaft it 4 feet, 5 feet like people do, or 10 feet, you can walk back to 10 feet. If you don't like it, just move your roller guard.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if the roller guard doesn't get it, this is a perfect complement to this. You can use both. It may shoot perfect right where it's at. I mean, you can just move it a little bit and it will make a difference, whether it be in our perfect timing, our perfect tuning, or in our adjustable roller guard, our micro adjust roller guard. You can really tune this bow. I say unlimited possibilities. Obviously it's limited, but nobody in archery has what we have when it comes to timing and tuning a bow. Nobody.
For sure. Yeah, that is awesome. Cool system there. All right, so coming down, we got the pick mount. We do have the IMS dovetail integrated mounting system. New grip. Tell me about that.
This year is new for us. We put a nice Santoprene rubber grip on there. We're going to have a neutral, which is what this is, a 2.5 and a 5 degree grip. And this has 2 set screws on the side. Right here, these 2 set screws. And this is held on by 3M double-sided tape. And these 2 set screws, you just back these out, pop that off, put the new ones on. They'll be plastic because a rubber 5 degree would feel really mushy.
Yeah.
So they're going to be plastic, and you can put that on there. And again, if you want to customize your grip, if you're high wrist, low wrist, you got some things to play with. On the cam, not sure we talked about it. We went to 1/4 inch draw length adjustments on the cam.
Gotcha.
You still get two posts. You get a 280 and a 420 post, so you can adjust your let off. You still get the standard mod and the speed mod.
Yeah.
I mean, this bow has just got piles of stuff with it. I mean, it's whatever you want to try to do, you probably can do. And those 1/4 inch adjustments, there's a lot you can do with the 1/4 inch adjustments. You like a longer valley,
Sure.
there's a lot you can do with the draw stop and the adjustments on that cam for sure.
Yeah, how do you keep going?
Well,
What else can you do?
Yeah, for 75 years, Darton to me has led in technology for sure, especially now knowing what I know now versus then. Always thinking about the bow hunter, always trying to innovate. Like I said, the sequel I think could have stayed around for another year or two and done nothing.
Easy.
Because it's so far ahead of the competition that they're not going to catch us in the next year or two. Now we really put some laps down with our micro adjust roller guard. But we've got some ideas. I think that I feel super confident that the team, we can come up with some things next year to keep things flowing. I don't know if we need a quad tech. That's getting to be a lot.
I've learned not to doubt. That's the thing. When I think, okay, that's probably all they can do, I've learned my lesson. Don't think that.
More to tinker with on a hunting bow than any hunting bow in the world.
Yeah. All right. So Randy mentioned how customizable the TriTech is, and we're going to set it up for me. And what I wanted to show you on this cam is that adjustability starts with 23 different draw length positions for the module. And it goes from 26 to 31.5, but as we know, it goes in 1/4 inch adjustments. So 26 module positions on this bow, and I'm going to set it up to my draw length. Then we're going to go through the process, tuning, timing, all that. All right, so our bottom cam is touching and our top cam is just off. So we're going to use our timing system and we're going to bring that cam into sync. All right, so as we know, fixing timing, you want to put twists into the cable of the cam that hits first. And with the timing system that Darton uses, my bottom cam hit first, but I'm actually going to adjust this one because that's the cable that connects to the cam, not the split harness here. So I'm going to put a twist into this one. All right, so it was just that simple to get our timing set. Didn't need to press the bow. Yeah, we're using a draw board because I'm by myself, but technically, if you have a buddy doing this, you could do this without a bow press. You could just do this on the line, have them draw back, see where the timing is, let down, make your adjustments, and draw again. I'm using a draw board just to make it simple. All right, so now we're gonna go out on the range. We're gonna shoot through paper to see if we have to use this new tuning feature to get this bow to shoot darts. All right, so we have a knock left tear. Don't pay attention to the fletching tears. That's a knock left tear. So as we know from our tuning, that means we need the cam to go to the left. So we're gonna use our micro adjust roller guard. We're gonna push it to the left. All right, let's shoot again. A little bit more. So there's little marks here, and I'm kind of eyeing up where this wheel sits in relation to those marks, and that's how I'm making my movements. And don't forget, you know, we still have our limb adjustments up here. We could use that. We want to use the roller guard because it's new, but you can also use these bolts up here. Essentially, what you're going to do is move this bolt to the other. This is just a plug. So you would move them between, you'd move this bolt between limbs, drive it in. If I drive it in this side, it's going to make my cam go left. Drive it in this side, cam's going to go right. If you want to see how this system operates, go check out our Darton sequel video from last year. There we go. You can see that arrow hole is in the middle of the fletchings. That's what we're looking for. New tuning system. Worked just great. All right, now we're gonna get her sighted in. We're gonna go outside and put this thing to the test. So we're out here just getting my experience behind the bow here. What are my initial thoughts? So first I should mention, this is a big bow, 35 inches axle to axle, but it weighed right at 4.89 pounds, 4.9 pounds, we weighed it, which feels a lot lighter, I think, because it's a big bow. 35 inches axle to axle, 4.9 pounds. I think that's a decent weight. That's not too heavy, especially since it's so big. But then where that big riser comes into play is holding out here at full draw. This thing just feels really nice. Okay, draw cycle here with this cam. I'm gonna say there's some effort at the front end. Let me do it again just to refresh my memory here. Right there. Comes over at the back end, cam rolls over nicely. Holds nice at full draw. Back wall's nice and solid. I'm gonna say that I like the holding weight. In other words, there's not a huge dump. I'm actually not sure what the let off is, whether it's 80 or 85%. I'm gonna guess that it's 85%, but I'm gonna say it feels like 80, which for me, I like a little more holding weight at the back end. I'm probably not holding a lot, but it feels like I am. And then at the shot, this bow is super quiet. That was one of the first things I noticed, how quiet it is. Not much in the way of vibration. I don't really feel any vibration. However, what I will say is that the bow does jump forward. Again, I don't mind that. My fingers are relaxed there. This is a hunting bow. If I were shooting this in a hunting situation, I'd have a wrist sling anyway. I just always do. But I did notice when my release went off and I wasn't ready, the bow did jump forward. So there is that. You saw us tuning this thing. I mean, it was super easy to tune. And now out here, my arrow flight just looks really good. Nice bow to shoot. You know, we did run through with Randy that this is like their neutral grip or 0% grip. They do have I believe it's a 2.5 and a 5% that they're gonna come out with. I'd be interested to play with them. This feels pretty good, but you know, hey, if you got other grips to try out, I'd probably mess around with them. And yeah, these new bipods, that's really handy for setting it down there. Nice accessory there. I'm a tree stand hunter, so I probably wouldn't have those on there when I'm in a hunting situation. But just a nice shooting bow. Let's see letting down. I shot a deer last weekend and I had to let down. I drew back and let down twice, so let's see if I had to do that. Easy, it's nice. Some of them, some bows, especially as you get to the higher let off, I think it feels rougher when you go to let down. It just feels like it doesn't want to go, and then all of a sudden it jerks you forward. But this one is kind of, I like that I can let it down nice and easy. So. Yeah. I don't know how that sound comes through on camera, but pretty quiet. Great for a hunting bow. All right, so speed rating for the Darton TriTech. You know, it's rated at 331 feet per second. We always do our own speed test for you. We're gonna have to go back to the studio for that because I forgot to bring the scale to measure the draw weight. And we also wanna do a speed test with the speed mods. I forgot to bring them too. So I'm gonna go back to the studio for that. All right, we're back in the studio to do our speed test. We're gonna start with the standard mod, speed mod in a second. But before we get to that, I wanted to mention, remember I wasn't sure what the let off is. The let off is 83%. But let's get our draw weight before we shoot our arrow here. All right, 70.6 pounds, right on that 70 pound. I'm calling that 70 pounds. Cam is set at 30-inch draw length, and we have our 350 grain arrow. Remember, the speed rating at all these settings from Darton is 331 feet per second. .5. Let's take another shot here. 328.4. All right, so 328, that's 3 feet per second off the speed rating. And remember, we do have a peep sight in there, so that easily could bring us up to 331 feet per second. But now we're gonna put on the speed mods, shoot it again. All right, so now we got the speed mod in there. We need our draw weight. The speed rating with this speed mod is 335 feet per second, but let's see what our draw weight is. It shouldn't have changed. Yeah, 70.2 is our draw weight. And I definitely feel that this is a more aggressive draw cycle. Right at the end, there's a hump before the cam rolls over. 335 feet per second. 334.2. All right, shot 2. With the speed mod. 334.5. The rating is 335. Again, we do have a peep sight in there. So yeah, we're right on spec. Now, we're going back out to the range for our claybird challenge. 80 yards, let's get to it. All right, here we go. 80 yards at the claybird with the Darton TriTech. Got a guy shooting up the hill there, cheering me on. Oh, just under it. Oh. That is close. Oh, what happened? Something happened to the claybird. You can see it on the impact camera. I'm not sure what happened. It didn't break, but it like fell off. I'm gonna go check it out. What did happen? Oh, I think this one was so close, it just pushed it up. It is not a break. We're gonna keep shooting. All right, so both of those were within the left-right of the claybird, but they were both the same distance low. So I'm just gonna give my sight just a little bit movement down. See if I can bring them up into the claybird. Oh, low again. Likes to go low. Smash! Pounded that one. So I could see, for me aiming, I always like to see what I'm aiming at, so I always have a tendency to drop my pin underneath what I'm aiming at. That time I was like, bury it in the claybird and hit that release, and we hit it dead center. 4 shots? 4 shots. Hey, that's still pretty good, 80 yards. All right, there she is. That's the one that got it. Just needed to aim properly. Now, since it is hunting season, we're kind of going to do a little bonus here. I want to see what it's like to shoot this bow from an elevated position. We do have a permanent tree stand over here with a 3D deer target. I'm going to go take a shot from that, see what it's like if I were hunting with this, the Darton TriTech, out of the stand. All right, bonus shot here. We got our clay bird at 80 yards. Took us 4 shots to get that. But now the Darton TriTech 35, that's a hunting bow. We're in hunting season. It is October. So we're up here in a permanent tree stand. I hunt from tree stands. I want to see what it's like to shoot this out of a tree stand. We're up in the stand. We got a 3D deer down there. Let's see if I can fill my tag today. Oh, that's a dead deer. So for folks at home who like to work on their own equipment, I mean, this one has basically everything that you need to do that. All right, so that is the Darton TriTech 35, great new bow from the folks at Darton. And remember, this bow is available 31-inch axle to axle, 33-inch, and the 35-inch there. You know, I was playing with the 35, that's what I got to shoot out here. What are you planning on shooting this year? Which one? Which one do you prefer? If you want to see the different options in this bow that we have, be sure to click the link in the description below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. As always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at lancasterarchery.com.